everyone, welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we are going to continue with our topic comprehension ability. Now, this is part number 14. Till now, we have already done 13 parts on comprehension ability, that is reading comprehension. As you know well, that these are passages and based on which we have some question and answers which we have to recognize or infer from the context of the passage. So in this session, we are going to discuss passage number 17. It means till now we have already done 16 passages overall. Now there are two concepts of attempting the passage. First, you can read the entire passage and after that go to the questions and start doing them. One more thing can be done if you have a few minutes left only, or if you have very less time or very little time. What you can do, you can simply jump to the questions and start analyzing the answers according to the questions only. In this session, first we are going to discuss the entire passage and after that we'll discuss the question and answers. This is actually the manner in which one should practice passages or reading comprehensions for his exam. So let's begin the session. Now this passage, first of all, let us recognize or let us try to find out that what is the theme of the passage or what the passage is about. So here we have the passage. First of all, let us read this passage carefully. The recent passage of the bill on the transplantation of human organs. So we are talking about the transplantation of human organs. Now let us read this. Human organs, it means organs of a human body, by Parliament. So recent passage of the bill, it means the bill has already been passed, so we are discussing over that, is a long overdue measure aimed at curbing widespread trafficking in organs. Curbing means lessening or cutting. Widespread trafficking in organs. We know well that organs are illegally transplanted or sold. So this is actually illegal, that is trafficking of organs, especially kidneys. This is especially for kidneys, as the only country where kidneys can be transplanted from donors unrelated to the patient. Now, what happens if an organ has to be transplanted? There are two things. First of all, the donor, and donor should match the bone marrow or the blood group, or there are various points which should match with that of patient. Only then any organ can be transplanted, or maybe there are some organs which can be transplanted on some other basis as well. But in case of India, kidneys can be transplanted, or can the donors are actually the person who transplant its organ to the patient, okay, who transplants his organ to the patient. So first of all, if we talk about India, kidneys can be transplanted from donors unrelated to the patient. Unrelated to the patient means he is not of the family of the patient, or maybe he is not known to the patient. Whereas as it is said in this line, as the only country, it means other countries uh, may have a law in which kidney can be transplanted to the patient only by the donors of the family or the related donors only. It means the donors of the family only. India and notably Bombay means now Mumbai. Okay, India and notably Bombay, it means the author is trying to say that Bombay is special in some case, or you can say especially Bombay. Notably means especially, especially Bombay. It means focusing. We are focusing the city, that is Bombay. Bombay is now Mumbai. Has gained irrational notoriety. Notoriety means the negativeness. Okay, is the capital of the organ trade. It means the most, you can say the most to trading, or you can say the most the highest to trading, or the largest trading of organ is done in Mumbai only. Wealthy patients, it means rich patients from India and abroad, unscrupulous doctors and rapacious brokers. Rapacious means greedy. Okay, rapacious refers to the word greedy. Okay, rapacious means greedy. So rapacious brokers have made this a multi-core racket. So they have made it a racket. It means a gang involving, you can say, illegal activities, in which the only loser is the impoverished donor parting with an organ. Impoverished means really poor. It means someone who is really poor. So the donor is really poor. Loser means donor. Okay, the person who loses. So the donor is the person who loses his organ. So he has been impoverished. It means he is very much poor. Donor parting with an organ, it means he is parting means to get separated. Okay, so he is separating his organs from his organ from him. It means he's sacrificing the organ for a small money. It means just for sake of some money or a little money, in little money he sells his organs. Okay, the legislation strikes at such exploitative transactions by stipulating the blood relations and spouses are the only live donors from whom kidneys can be transplanted, and making the buying and selling human organs a cognizable offense. Now, the legislation means the law. It strikes that kidney can be transplanted only by the donor, which is the relative of the, you can say, which who is in the blood relations. Okay, or the spouses means life partners, or the only live donors. They can be the live donors of kidney. Otherwise, if anyone else who is not the patient's relative or the spouse, or you can say in blood relations, he will not be allowed to sell his kidney for the sake of money. And if it is found, it is a cognizable offense. Cognizable offense is a crime in which the you can say the accused, he can be arrested without warrant, and also without the you can say without any particular investigation, or without the permission of the magistrate. So the police authority, whosoever he is, he can arrest him directly if he is found transplanting, or in any case, if the kidney has been transplanted to the patient with the not related donor. Okay, if unrelated donor tries in anyhow, by any means, if he tries to donate his kidney to the person, or to the patient, he will be arrested, or anyone involved in it. Okay, by allowing the transport of cadaver. Now, cadaver means dead body. Okay, cadaver means dead body, or the body of a dead person. So it is dead body. Organs. The act not only opens a new avenues in the treatment of renal failure, where the availability of donor kidneys falls far short of demand, but paves the way for liver transplants, for which expertise exists in India. Okay, it means but paves the way means makes the way, or you can say paving is actually flooring. Okay, when the marble or the uh, leveling of the road is done. So paves here means to show the way, or to make the way for something, for liver transplants, for which expertise exists in India. The statutory recognition of brain stem death, which is accepted medical practice the world over, widens the scope of cadaver transplants by making beating heart cadavers another source for donors' organs. Okay. Now let me delete all this that we have written, and we'll move forward doing the same, reading the same. Okay. So till here we have already read. Now let us read from this part. True, the mere enactment of such legislation cannot put an end to an entrenched practice that thrives on patronage. Thrives on means enjoy the support. Okay, thrives means enjoy on something. Okay, and patronage means support, or you can say money, or the sponsorship. So thrives on patronage means support on, you can say, sorry, enjoy the support from sections of the medical community and political public. Apathy means not concerned. The delay of nearly 2 years between the introduction of the bill and its passage, and the attempts of people with vested interest to introduce certain dubious amendments are an indication of what the law is up against. The effectiveness of the law will depend, therefore, on the state's determination to implement it through vigilant monitoring. Monitoring means investigation. The provisions for cadaveric transplants will remain on paper. Okay, the provisions for cadaveric transplants will remain on paper in the absence of public education to encourage the voluntary donation of bodies and organs overcoming religious taboos. Now, this one is very, very important. The provisions for cadaveric transplants. Cadaveric transplants refer to, you can say, when a dead body, when a person has died and its dead body, maybe for post-mortem or anything else, the organs which can be used further are taken out will remain on paper. Now, this cadaveric transplantation, this is known as cadaveric transplantation, where the where the organ of the dead body can be used in another person's body who used it and he's still alive. So the provisions for cadaveric transplants will remain on paper in the absence of public education to encourage the voluntary donation of bodies and organs, overcoming religious taboos. It means there is a problem in cadaveric transplants. It will not happen. This will remain on paper only, just because uh, in India or anywhere there are religious taboos. It means people are well aware of religious myths and all. And according to religious mythology, they will not accept the body organs. This is counted illegal. Okay. And setting up of institutional facilities for organ retrieval and storage. Most of all, the law rests on the realization by the medical professionals that ethical and humane values, human means kind, unkind, sorry, values must prevail over other considerations. The removal of organs from unrelated donors is almost invariably a transfer of health from the poor and weak to the rich. It cannot be defended on any ground. Okay, it cannot be defended, it means it cannot be saved. Now let us see the question. So till now we have already done the entire passage, we have read the entire passage. Okay, now we'll start doing the questions one by one. So I hope you all have understood this paragraph, okay, or this passage. Now let us discuss the questions now. So first question is, which of the following means thrives on patronage? This is very simple. We have already read this phrase in the paragraph. Now, whenever we find such phrases, let us see where this where this phrase or the word has been mentioned in the passage. Now, let us look for this phrase, that is thrives on patronage. Where is it written? Yes, of course, you can see it here in this paragraph. True, the mere enactment of such legislation cannot put an end to the entrenched practice. It means it cannot, you can say, completely vanish the practice that thrives on patronage from sections. Thrives on patronage means enjoy the support from sections of medical community and political and public apathy. So here the options are supports the practice, confusion by the patron, prospers on support, and fails in spite of support. So obviously it is prospers on support. Thrives on patronage means prospers on support, or you can say enjoy on support. So our answer will be C, that is prospers on support. Now let us move to the next question. The next question is, which of the following is the meaning of the phrase parting with as used in the passage? So as we have the phrase that is parting with. Now let us see the options. Sacrificing, fall in line, coming together, partition into two. Now let us see where this phrase parting with is written in the passage. So let us go to the paragraph number 1. Is it written over here in this paragraph? Can you see it? Just go through the passage by just scrolling your eyes or sight towards the passage or towards the paragraph, as you do in the menu on the menu of the restaurant. Okay, so just scroll your eyes over. Now, yes, of course, we can see here the word that is parting with, in organ. Okay, now let us try to analyze the meaning of this particular phrase from this line or a few lines here and there near this phrase. Wealthy patients from India and abroad, it means rich patients from India and abroad. Unscrupulous doctors, it means doctors who are who does not practice legally. And rapacious brokers, rapacious means greedy, have made this a multi-crore racket in which the only loser is the impoverished donor. Impoverished means poor donor, parting with an organ for a small money. Parting with an organ means that he is separating his organ from his body just for the sake of a small or the little amount of money. So he is sacrificing. What he is doing, he's sacrificing his organ for the sake of a little money. Okay, so it is A. So our answer is A. The meaning of the phrase parting with is sacrificing. Now let us move to the next question. And the next question is, which of the following is the reason for Bombay gaining international notoriety? Notoriety means negativeness, you can say, or the vilification, or you can say the bad name. Okay, notoriety refers to bad name. Okay, so let us see this word notoriety and Bombay. Okay, so let us go to the paragraph number 1. We have already read this. India and notably Bombay, notably means especially Bombay, has gained international notoriety as the capital of the organ trade because it is the capital of the organ trade. It is highest in this. Wealthy patients from India and abroad, unscrupulous doctors and rapacious brokers have made this a multi-crore racket in which the only loser is the impoverished donor parting with an organ for a small money. So let us read the options now. Human organs like kidney are smuggled here. There is no legislation against kidney transplantation. There are international underworld gangs operating. Even patients from other countries come here for kidney transplantation donated by poor people. Of course, it is D point, because as it is mentioned over here in this that notably Bombay has gained international wealthy patients from India and abroad, plus they come here for the poor donors. Okay, so our answer is D. Now let us move to the next one. Now, which of the following is one of the features of the bill? So they are asking about the features of the bill. So let us read the options first. It allows for transplant of only cadaver organs. Hefty sum is to be paid to the donors. Total ban on kidney transplantation. Only blood relations and spouses can be the live donors. Now let us see it where the bill has been mentioned in the passage. The first one, the recent passage of the bill on the transplantation of human organs by Parliament is long overdue measure aimed at curbing widespread trafficking in organs, especially kidneys, as the only country where kidneys can be transplanted from donors unrelated to the patient. Till here, we can get an idea that the recent passage of bill uh, is uh, uh, is aimed at curbing the widespread trafficking in organs. It means they want to curb the trafficking in organs. It means illegally donation of the organs. Okay, especially kidneys. And the last part is the removal of organs. Okay, now this passage, the second last paragraph. Let us see this, because here as well bill has been mentioned the delay of nearly 2 years between. No, it has not given over here. Okay, the effectiveness, implementation, remain paper, absence of blood. Okay, now let us see the options again. First of all, when we see over there that this bill has been made to curb the trafficking of the organs, it allows for transplant of only cadaver organs. No, uh, After sum is to be paid. No, it is not written over there. Yes, here it is written. The legislation strikes such exploitative transactions by prohibiting the blood relations and the spouses. Yes, this is given over here. In the first paragraph only, the legislation strikes at such exploitative transactions by stipulating that blood relations and spouses are the only life donors from whom the kidneys can be transplanted, and making then by selling of human organs a cognizable offense. So this is the actual answer. It means the last option is correct. Only blood relations and spouses can be the live donors. Okay. So this is the actual correct answer. So answer is D. Now let us move to the next one. If anyone else tries to do so, tries to donate the kidney for some money or something else, some other privilege, he will be uh, punished. That will be considered cognizable offense. Which of the following would be an impediment in getting donation of cadaver organs? Okay, so storage problems, religious taboos, uh, impediment. You can say impediment means the obstacle. Okay, the hindrance or the obstacle. Impediment is the obstacle or the problem. So which of the following would be an obstacle? Impediment means obstacle in getting donation of cadaver organs. Okay, now let us see about the cadaver organs. The last paragraph, the provisions for cadaveric transplants will remain on paper. It means cadaveric transplants, this provision will remain on paper only in the absence of public education, because public is not educated properly for this, to encourage the voluntary donation of bodies and organs, overcoming religious taboos. So here it is given the reason that overcoming the religious taboos, it means if the people are not educated, they will not overcome religious taboos, and this cadaver organs donation will not be considered legal. So the main problem, the main obstacle is religious taboos. Okay. Now what happens basically when a person dies? According to the religion of that particular person, the body is either you can say burnt, according to Hindu mythology, according to, or you can say Sanatan Dharma, according to Muslim mythology, what they do, they basically um, bury the body, or as the Christians also do the same. But in Sikhs also, they do, or they do the funeral according to their religion. So there are different various you can say manners of burying or burning the body, okay, after the person has died. So no one will allow anyone to take his body, or take the body of his relative, to use the organs, to use the body to donate it. It will not happen. Or only a few bodies, or only some bodies which are not recognized, or because of some else means, they can be used for some medical purposes. But because of this religious taboos, this is the main obstacle in getting donation of cadaver organs. Okay, so B will be the correct answer. Though there are many human beings who, what they do, they, before their death, they declare that after my death these organs have to be transplanted, okay, so that they can be used from for some other person. Okay, so some of the people do so, but not all. Now let us move to the next one. How much time was spent in drafting the bill before its introduction? So it is drafting the bill. Now let us see where this word is written. Drafting the bill. Okay, if anything is about bill, okay, here, passage. Okay, the delay of nearly 2 years between the introduction of the bill and its passage. Okay, there are two things: introduction of the bill and its passage. So the gap between these two is 2 years. But drafting is not written over here, whereas they have asked us the drafting of the bill before its introduction. Here the time which is mentioned, that is nearly 2 years, it is for the time, or the time gap between the introduction and the passage. But they are asking for drafting the bill before its introduction. Okay. So is it either 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years? No, it is not specified in the passage. Now let us look again if it is given. In the first paragraph, no, we cannot see the time duration for the bill passage. Okay. Oh, sorry, for the bill drafting. Not in the second paragraph, not in the third paragraph, and not in the last paragraph as well. So it is not specified in the passage. Keep the words or mark the words that it is introduction of the bill and its passage, and they are asking for the drafting and introduction. So the duration between drafting and introduction this time has not been mentioned. Therefore, it is not specified. So answer is T, that is not specified. Now let us move to the next question. Now the question is, which of the following is not true in the context of the passage? So we have to look for the not true statement. It means the statement which is false. Okay. Now let us see the options. There is a widespread organ trafficking of livers. Now we know very well that yes, it has been widespread of organ trafficking. So liver is also the organ. So this is actually the true statement. So but here we have to look for the not true statement. In these type of questions, we have to compare each and every statement according to the context of the passage. So if you see the first one, it is true statement, because yes, organ liver is also an organ, and there is widespread organ trafficking, especially we are talking about kidneys, but liver is also an organ. India does not have an expertise for liver transplantation. Now, if I see this in the second paragraph, here it is written, kidneys falls for short of demand, but paves the way for liver transplant for which expertise exists in India. Whereas they are saying that does not have expertise for liver transplantation. It means this is the statement that we were looking for, that this statement is not true. Now, let us see another statement as well. The problems of transplantation of human organs have been unnecessarily highlighted. Well, it has not been mentioned in the passage at all. The last one, the final bill has not been passed so far. Whereas, according to the passage, it has been passed. In the first line, the recent bill of the passage of the bill on the transplantation of human organs by parliament is long overdue measure aimed at. It is recent passage of the bill. It means it has been passed. But here it is written has not been passed so far. And we have to look for the not true statement. So yes, but as we see the first line, the recent passage of the bill. Okay. But the question, in the question, the statement is the final bill has not been passed. Okay. Now, if you see the third paragraph, true, the mere enactment of such legislation cannot put an end to the entrenched practice that thrives on patronage from sections of medical community in political and public apathy. The delay of nearly 2 years between the introduction of the bill and its passage, attempts of people with vested interest to introduce certain dubious amendments, are an indication of what the law is up against. The effectiveness of the law will depend, therefore, on the state's determination to implement it through vigilant monitoring. It means still some provisions are left behind, which it means this is not the final bill that has been passed, and it has not been passed yet. So you can say the final bill has not been passed, though the bill has been passed. So there are some or a few amendments that are required, and after that only we can see the final bill has been passed or not, because it cannot stop the practice. Therefore, the statement is also true. Only the statement which is not true is the statement B. So our answer will be B. Now let us move to the next one. The next question is, which of the following means prevail over as used in the passage? So prevail over, let us see this word is written, where this word is written. So prevail over, as you can see, it is over here. So realization by medical professionals in the air that ethical and humane values must prevail over the other considerations. So spread along, predominate, triumph, or insist upon. It is predominate. Okay, so answer is B. Now let us move to the next one. Here the question is, which of the following means rests on as used in the passage? Again, now let us see where this phrase is written, rests on. So yeah, it is written over here. Most of all, the law rests on the realization by medical professionals that ethical and humane values must prevail over other considerations. So rests on means depends. Okay. So it is based on, depends on, lingers on, along, or puts an end to. Obviously it is depends on. So our answer is B. Now let us move to the another question, that is, which of the following can be correctly inferred from the passage about kidney transplantation in other countries? Okay, they are talking about in other countries. Okay, so let us see the options. There is no legislation against kidney transplantation in some other countries. There is a ban on kidney transplantation in some of the other countries. In other countries, kidney is transplanted only if it is donated by the patient's relative. Now, if you look in the paragraph number 1, is the only country where kidneys can be transplanted from donors unrelated to the patient. So we are talking about India is the only country. It means only India is the country where kidney can be transplanted by other unrelated donors as well. It means other countries are there where kidney can be transplanted only by the blood related donors or the spouse. Therefore, your C will be the correct answer. Now I hope you understood each and every question. So these are very good questions that we have read, and the passage was really good. So I hope this entire passage proves beneficial for you all. I hope you understood the entire passage very keenly. Thanks to you.